Okay, well, it's interesting when you contemplate all that you're trying to do. Things pop up. So you can see, with respect to working with the actual real files on your actual real WordPress server, that there's a lot of places where you can do that. Here we are showing the whole media library, and we'll pick a video in the library. Making a video of robot arm rotation number 37, 102 megabytes, 6 minutes, and we are proposing that to add a box here that you can click, and that box would say open the media folder management app, or open the WordPress server file manager, or modify these files at the level of your server. Anyway, some sort of a name here that would be a part of what we're proposing to do with the media, WP media folders app that we are thinking to change. And what I realized, let's take a look at that. So I've actually made it slightly different in that it has three parts. The first part is a display of what's actually on your server, your actual real WordPress server, and then a display of what you're suggesting to do. I've changed this a little bit so that when you put in changes that you have asked for up here, and it says click here to show these changes, or click here to show these changes and set up more. Whenever you add a change that you're proposing to do, it puts this little red dot down here, and that little red dot is an empty dot in the sense that there's no check marks in it. And down here I've got these three lines where you would take your mouse and you would put it on each of these dots, and you would click to put a little X in the dots that you want it to really do it to. This is basically a double approval system where you have to put in the changes that you want, and then you have to agree to them again. And if you're getting a little scared and you're not quite ready to do that, then you can click this box, click this box that would clear out everything you just approved, and you can start again. Or you can click this box and just approve it all. Your choice. And the final thing that happens after you get to this area and you get it all approved the way you want to, then you go down here and you approve it. Okay, well, as usual, as I studied this form, I realized I had left out another issue that can become an issue, and that is the topic of files in your WordPress folder that are unregistered. They're media files, so they're in upload. Well, let me rephrase. So they have a form that allows them to be a media file, and they also are located in your uploads folder, which is where your media is. But for some reason they have gotten into your media folder and they are not registered as registered media files, which means WordPress will not see them as media files. And so if you add that, you click this star here, it will show down here all throughout your uploads files that are media files but unregistered. And if you take your mouse and go to each of the little stars that will be beside these unregistered media file folders and click the star, it will put a check mark in that star, which means that you want this program to register that media file. If you click this star, it will put a check mark in all of the stars. If you click this star, it will clear all those check marks. If you click this star, it will show files that are in your media file folder, but they are not media files. And I have it as show hide only, which means if you click this star here, it will show only media files that are unregistered. And if you click it again, it will show only media files that are registered. This star would have the same effect. And again, once you had made all those choices about registering and unregistering files, even if you had not done a folder name change or any other change, your activity of registering media files would have that file show down here, would have a little red star next to it and a red dot. And again, that activity of registering that media file would not occur unless you put a check mark in that red dot. And I also changed this to be approve, unapproved. So if you only say you had 10 and you only really saw 2 that were a problem, you could click to approve all the changes. Then you could go over to the 2 that you really didn't want it to do, and you can click on them individually, and the check mark that was there would go away. And if you clicked it again, the check mark would come back. It's just a standard Windows sort of a thing. And then once again, if you're ready to get it all done and you've finally given yourself the okay, you click this one and it performs all these changes for you.